Richard Osman's The Thursday Murder Club didn't start as a blockbuster idea. It actually started as a simple personal project. The inspiration came from his mother's retirement community in Sussex. Visiting her, he noticed how lively and fascinating the residents were. They had stories, humor, and wisdom that often went unnoticed in mainstream media. Osman thought, what if these seniors were solving real crimes? It was a simple what if, but one packed with potential for a fun and heartwarming story. He spent about 18 months writing the book, mainly for himself and a few friends. At the time, he didn't imagine it would become a massive hit. He just wanted to tell a story about clever, lively older people who got up to extraordinary things. When the book finally hit the shelves, it was a sensation. It quickly topped the UK Christmas charts, a rare feat for a first-time author. Readers loved it, not just for the mystery, but for the humor, heart, and quirky charm of the main characters. Osman's blend of cozy mystery, clever plotting, and genuinely funny, warm storytelling struck a chord with audiences, and suddenly, he had a global fan base. The success of The Thursday Murder Club naturally led to sequels. Osman followed up with The Man Who Died Twice, The Bullet That Missed, The Last Devil to Die, and The Impossible Fortune. Each book continued to follow the lovable club of septuagenarian detectives, giving fans more adventures while deepening the characters and their relationships. The series kept the same winning mix of humor, suspense, and character-driven storytelling that made the first book so popular. Even before the book's release, Hollywood showed interest, with Amblin Entertainment, Spielberg's company, acquiring the film rights. Spielberg recognized what made the story special: its charm, universal appeal, and the way it combined heart with humor and mystery. Securing the rights early meant that a high-profile adaptation was already on the horizon, with the potential to reach even more people around the world. What started as a quiet, personal project inspired by a retirement community had turned into something much bigger, a best-selling book series and a film adaptation with Spielberg's backing. In April 2024, Chris Columbus, the director behind classics like Home Alone and the first two Harry Potter movies, came on board as director and co-producer for the Thursday Murder Club film, taking over from Ol Parker. Columbus was immediately drawn to the project because of its colorful, lively characters. He loved how each one had a distinct personality and a sharp wit that completely defies the usual stereotypes about older people. As he put it, these characters aren't just elderly. They're clever, funny, and full of life. Screenwriters Katie Brand and Suzanne Heathcote worked closely with Columbus to turn Osman's intricate plots into a tight, engaging screenplay. The team had to figure out how to condense multiple storylines, subplots, and character arcs without losing the charm, warmth, or humor that fans loved in the novels. They wanted to keep the essence of the Thursday Murder Club alive, while also making sure the movie could stand on its own for audiences who hadn't read the books. Richard Osman himself joined the project as executive producer, but he mostly stepped back and let Columbus and the writers do their thing. He was clear from the start that the film would be its own story, a separate entity from the books. At the same time, he made sure the movie stayed true to the spirit of the novels: clever, witty, and heartfelt, with characters that feel real and relatable. His guidance helped keep the balance between mystery, humor, and character-driven moments, which is what made the series so popular in the first place. Netflix's involvement added another layer of excitement. Their global reach and resources allowed the filmmakers to shoot in iconic locations across the UK, bringing the setting of Osman's books to life in a way that's visually stunning. They could also assemble a star-studded cast, hire a top-notch crew, and ensure production values were high, matching the tone and feel of the story. Columbus noted that Netflix's support gave the team the freedom to really make the film pop, while staying true to the quirky charm of the source material. The casting for The Thursday Murder Club was a mix of careful planning, inspired choices, and a few decisions that sparked debate. Fans were quick to celebrate Helen Mirren, Ben Kingsley, and Celia Imrie in the lead roles. Each brought exactly the right combination of gravitas, humor, and warmth, making it easy to believe they could be lifelong friends solving crimes together. Then, there was Pierce Brosnan as Ron Ritchie, a choice that raised some eyebrows. In the books, Ron has a mischievous vibe that seems worlds apart from Brosnan's famously polished, suave image. Fans were skeptical, but Osman himself defended the casting. He pointed out that Ron, the character, would probably have picked a Hollywood star to play him if he could, making Brosnan a cheeky, meta choice. Brosnan threw himself into the role with enthusiasm, exploring all of Ron's quirks, mischief, and unexpected tenderness. The supporting cast added a lot to the film's charm. David Tennant plays the police officer who's both intrigued and occasionally baffled by the club's antics, giving the story a grounded perspective. Jonathan Pryce and Naomi Ackie add moments of drama and tension, while Daniel Mays and Tom Ellis bring extra depth to secondary roles that might have otherwise been overlooked. Richard E. Grant makes a short but unforgettable cameo, delivering witty lines that fans loved spotting. Filming for the Thursday Murder Club took place all across the UK, giving the story an authentic British feel that fans of the books would instantly recognize. Principal photography kicked off on June 27, 2024 at Shepperton Studios in Surrey. There, the production team built incredibly detailed interior sets. These included the main characters' apartments, police station interiors, and the club's cozy meeting spaces, each designed to feel lived in, charming, and full of personality. For the exteriors, the filmmakers turned to some of the UK's most picturesque locations. Englefield House in Berkshire doubled as Cooper's Chase, the fictional retirement community where the club members live and scheme. Its stately architecture and beautifully kept grounds offered the perfect mix of elegance and adventure. The orangery at Englefield was transformed into the Jigsaw Room, the club's central meeting spot. With stained glass-style windows and a quirky, welcoming design, it became one of the film's most memorable locations, where much of the clever plotting and humorous banter unfolds. Other locations added even more local flavor. Aldbury in Hertfordshire provided a classic English village backdrop, perfect for street scenes and casual strolls between the characters' homes. The Red Lion pub in Little Missenden hosted several key dialogue scenes, capturing that familiar British pub atmosphere, where the club's camaraderie really shines. Gaddesden Place served multiple purposes. It was used for Ron's aquarobics sessions, and for Joyce's first encounters with the group, helping to visually establish the characters' routines and relationships. The production team also got creative with scenes that required a touch of suspense. For one memorable sequence, they built a fake graveyard, complete with polystyrene tombstones. This allowed for thrilling, tense moments without the complications of filming in a real cemetery, while still keeping everything visually convincing. Thomas Newman, known for his ability to craft unforgettable film scores, brought the Thursday Murder Club to life musically. Newman's music doesn't just fill the background, it subtly highlights moments of humor, suspense, and heartfelt emotion, making the audience feel every twist, joke, and tender interaction without ever overwhelming the story. The set itself was full of memorable moments, too. One standout behind-the-scenes story involves none other than Steven Spielberg, who visited during the filming of a protest scene. He arrived in true Spielberg style, by helicopter, which immediately lifted everyone's spirits. Crew members described the experience as surreal but incredibly inspiring, a perfect example of the mix of professionalism and fun that ran throughout the production. For many on set, having Hollywood royalty drop by added a touch of magic and made the whole process even more memorable. Now that the first film is complete, eyes are naturally turning toward potential sequels. Osman's book series already provides plenty of material, and both director Chris Columbus and Netflix have openly expressed interest in continuing the Thursday Murder Club adventures. With a global audience, a loyal fan base, and a cast full of stars, sequels feel not only possible, but likely. Fans can look forward to more clever mysteries, witty banter, and heartfelt moments as the club continues to solve crimes. The Thursday Murder Club is a fun, heartwarming story that mixes humor, mystery, and charm. It proves how a simple, clever idea can turn into a worldwide hit, captivating all types of audiences. Thanks for watching Collider. See you next time.